Ready to set up a website for your nutrition business? In this video, I'm going to give you a quick checklist of everything you need to get started. If you're new here, my name's Jess and I create videos for business owners like you to help you save time and look good online. And today, I'm just going to give you a list of everything you need so you can start getting your website set up for your business. So let's dive in. Now, for a lot of things on this list, I'm actually going to have videos linked in the comments that explain some of these things even further. So if you have questions, be sure and check out the description of this video for other videos that will go more in depth. Now, the first thing that you are going to need is a good website platform. I recommend WordPress.org, not .com, and Squarespace. Those are my two go-tos for business owners. So that's the first thing you need, is a good platform. I want you to start on the right platform for your business. Make sure you're in a good place so you don't have a lot of tech headaches later on or have to mess with moving away from a platform that's not so good. So let's start with one of those. The next thing you're gonna need is your brand elements. So your brand colors, your brand fonts, and if you have a logo, you're gonna need to gather those items because we want to brand your website, make sure it looks like you and not just a generic website. There are places you can, look for brand colors, brand fonts, etc. if you don't have anything right now. And if you don't have a logo, that's fine. You can just, get one from Creative Market, kind of a templated logo. You can type your name out in Canva and just upload that, and that can be your logo for a while. You don't have to go invest in a logo if you don't want to. And I'm saying that as someone who designs logos for businesses. Then you are going to need pictures of you. Yes, you. You need to be on your website. This is important. You need to be on your website. Now, you don't have to be like plastered all over your website. It doesn't have to be these huge banners and pictures of you, but we at least want one or two pictures of you. People want to know who they're working with. So even if it's not the first picture they see on your website, at the very least, there needs to be a picture of you on your About page, okay? Next, you're going to need stock photos. So now don't worry, I'm not advocating for really cheesy, lame stock photos. There are plenty of great websites like Unsplash that give you great stock photos to work with. You can literally just type in food and you'll get plenty of photos. So these photos will help add visual interest to your website if you are not wanting big pictures of you everywhere. Because if it's just a website with lots and lots of text and here's a picture and here's a picture, it can be a little boring. Now, I'm not saying it needs to be photo heavy, like you look like you're a photographer, but we do want to add some visual interest to the website, okay? Next, testimonials. Now, this can be tricky if you're just starting out because you might be like, well, I don't have testimonials. I haven't worked with anyone yet. Okay, so if you haven't worked with anyone yet, then just make it a high priority that your first few clients, you do get testimonials from them and add them to your site immediately. This is going to make a huge difference on your website and having that social proof there for other potential clients to see oh, this person is really great to work with. They've gotten other people results and blah, blah, blah. So make sure if you don't already have some, you get some as soon as possible. Then we really obviously need, for it to be a website, we need some copy. We need some text on your website. I recommend about 500 words minimum per page. So, and this can vary a little bit, home pages might be closer to 300 words, but all the other pages on your site, like your sales pages and your About page, those need about 500 words. This is really for SEO purposes, but it can also help just to help your website not look so bare. So that's what I recommend. So you're gonna want to make sure that you write all of your copy before you even start, because content drives design. Now, speaking of pages, what pages do you even need on your website? Honestly, I recommend just keeping it super simple so you don't feel overwhelmed. If you are just getting started, home, about, and services. all you really need. Obviously, you can always add more. You can add more while your site is live. You can add more literally the week after you publish your website. You can add it a year later, 5 years later. That's the great part about websites, is you can edit and evolve your website as you go. It's not set in stone. So I recommend starting with home, about, and services. Or if you want to split services into multiple pages, you could also do that and have multiple service pages. Those are the bare essentials for getting started. Now, eventually you might want to add some other pages. I recommend everyone have a blog, because blogging or creating content of some kind, whether it's videos or podcasts that go into blog posts, that can help drive traffic to your website and help you build authority. So I always recommend that people blog, even if it's only once a month. A testimonials page, a whole page dedicated to nice words being said about you from other clients. Eventually, this may take a while to build up, so this may be an eventually page, especially if you're getting started and you only have a few clients, a few testimonials. If you only have 3 or 4 testimonials right now, I would hold off on this page. I usually recommend once you have like 10 or more nice words from different clients about you, then create a testimonials page. Until then, just sprinkle them around your website. And then a press page or a media page, whatever you want to call it. This is where you highlight all the places you've been featured, publications that have mentioned you, guest blogs you've written, podcast interviews you've done, anything like that. Put that on a page. This is good for building authority, social proof, getting you on more podcasts, and good for SEO. You will also need a privacy policy and terms of service on your website. This is legally required. You need this on your website because you are tracking people through your analytics, you are collecting contact information if you have a contact form of any sort, and if you're selling anything through your site, like a digital product, a course, a physical product, you are also collecting financial information. I have a link to my friend Sam. She has a shop where she sells templates, so you can go grab a privacy policy and terms of service for your website. I have a link to her shop down in the description, so you can just snag that and put that on your website. And then lastly, I always suggest gathering all of your links, login information, everything for social media, your email marketing, anything that you're gonna want connected to your website. Some people put a quiz on their website, so they have this other third-party platform that they connect to their website. You're gonna need that. If you want people to have a link to your Calendly and you wanna put that on your website, you may need a link, a login to, grab the link for that. Anything you're gonna want on your website, just get those links and logins, put them in a Google Doc so that it's easy for you to just access that instead of like, okay, now I have to go find, log in and grab that. It kind of send you off on a rabbit trail. So have all that information gathered along with everything else that I've mentioned in this video. So that is the whole list. This is to help you get ready for your website, whether you are DIYing it or you're gonna hire a web designer. This will help you get prepared. And don't worry, if you're hiring a web designer, you don't have to have all this in place before you even inquire, but you will probably need all of this before you start the project. So this gives you a good starting point. The last thing I wanna mention is looking at other websites for inspiration. Not that we're gonna copy them, don't do that. But this is a good practice to kind of figure out, what are you wanting in your website? What do you like and dislike? Again, this can help the designer, or this can help you figure out, oh, I really like these layouts that have lots of pictures. So then you can kind of see, okay, I need to find 20 pictures. I need this amount of copy. I want bold colors, whatever that looks like. This can really help you get the website that you really, really want. If you have questions about anything I mentioned here, let me know down in the comments, and don't forget to check out the description for links to other videos and resources that will help you during this journey of setting up your website. If you enjoyed this video, be sure and give it a thumbs up, and I will see y'all next time.